I can see you on the big.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Jeff Day from the National Hockey League. Welcome to Four Nations Face-Off Media Availability. Uh, Today we're joined by Team Sweden's General Manager, Joseph Boumedienne, and Head Coach Sam Hallam. We'll also have National Teams Director Anders Lundberg available if you have questions for him. Uh, and from the Minnesota Wild, we have Philip Gustafson, and from the New Jersey Devils, we have Jacob Markstrom, who were named to the team just about 30 minutes ago. We want to thank everybody for joining us today. I'll throw it over to Team Sweden's GM and coach for some opening remarks in English. Then we'll take questions in English for the players, followed by questions in Swedish for the players. And then we'll get back to Sam and Joseph for questions in English and Swedish. So Sam and Joseph, please go ahead.
Thanks, Jeff. Just hi, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Going to keep this really short so you can get your questions going. But first of all, it's been a desire from, players and fans for a long time for a tournament in this kind of format, and we're very, very excited for it. I think we have a team that's competitive, and it's been actually an honor to call around to the guys that made the team here and just hear the excitement and the pride they have in dressing up for Team Sweden here in a tournament like this. Then I just think the bigger picture of it is just to inspire just the kids out there playing hockey, seeing some of the best players in the world going up against each other on the ice, and hopefully getting even more kids and parents taking their kids to the rink and growing our game. So we're thrilled to be a part of it, and we're really excited. And we think we have a real good group coming into this tournament. And with that, leave it over to Joseph Boumedienne.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll echo Coach Hallam here that what an exciting time and what a privilege to be a part of this. It's a long time doing and such an exciting time. I'll touch on the selection process here that's been going on here throughout the fall. It actually started right off at the get-go when the announcement was made that the tournament's going to happen, and it's been myself, Coach Hallam, and Patrick Hornquist, assistant GM, has been driving it, and we have a little bit of a different style where our head coach and the coaching staff are full time, so they're a part of all the scouting and have a lot of contact with the players, and we're really blessed that we have such a cohesive group and been scouting all along throughout the fall, and we also used the networks we have around the NHL, a lot of good people that we know, and it's been a great ride so far. We decided as far as selecting the team, we went with an experienced group. We feel we left a lot of good players outside. We feel that didn't make the team, and then it's a good problem to have. We got a few really good young players that did not make the roster, but we decided with a short tournament like this, basically do or die games in every single one of them. We went with a little more experienced group, and we have a lot of leadership qualities in our group that we're excited about. And then you try to figure out, the ice time distribution. All the players are getting a lot of ice time on their respective teams, and that you're trying to tinker with that and figure out where who can excel with maybe a little less ice time and a little lesser role than they have in the club team. I think that's what we've been trying to focus on, and then yeah, and obviously naming the team 2 months before the tournament starts, it's a bit of a challenge. We hope obviously that all our players are firing on all the cylinders come mid-February, but that's we're really excited, and we'll take questions from there.
Thank you, Joseph and Sam. We'll now take questions in English for Philip and for Jacob. First question comes from Michael Russo.
Hey, Philip, congratulations. Obviously you've represented Sweden many, many times and had a great world championship, but how much was this a goal coming into the season? Was this even on your radar? And does this just add further to what's been an incredible start to your season so far?
Yeah, I've been privileged to be on the national team a few times now, and it's always such an honor to be on the team. And you know, Sweden's always producing a lot of good goalies, and I knew it was going to be I had to play my best to be on this roster, and I just been trying to play my game all year, and we had some unfinished business last year at the World Championship, so hopefully we can really play good there in February.
Next question comes from Tom Galitti.
Hi, this is for both Jacob and Philip. When you look at your goaltending depth between the two of you and also Linus Ullmark is a recent Vezina winner, and some guys were left off. Do you feel like that can be a big strength for your team in this tournament with the three of you?
I mean, absolutely. I think, Philip has been playing unbelievable in Minnesota, and Olmark is a world-class goalie, and coming off 1 year ago winning the Vezina, and then myself, I feel like I'm really finding my game and keep development and keep playing good hockey. And like Joseph said too, there is a lot of goalies knocking on the door as well that could have made a spot. So I think I think the goaltending, our job is to push each other. Obviously, Philip and Linus and myself, we want to be in the net and play, but only Sam's going to have a tough decisions to make here come game time. But that's part of it. When you do this best out of best tournaments, it's it's not easy to be a coach, but we're here to push each other. It's a short tournament. It's 2 games. You want to win them both to be able to play in the final, and that's we're here to support the team and support where the 3 crowns proudly, and do the best for the team.
Anything to add, Philip?
Oh, I think you said it all there. It's going to be tough because, as you said, we're going to push each other, and everyone wants to play. And yeah, I think you said it.
Okay, next question comes from Sean Shapiro.
Hey, Jacob, you played in the last time, the 2016 event. I think you played 1 game there. For you, what's it kind of like to have been part of that, looking back and now having an opportunity? Obviously, it's been a long time since the best on best competition. What's it like for you to kind of looking back on that and now coming into this team in this role after what you did last time with this team and when the last best on best competition?
I feel like everybody, and I'm 34 now, and it was almost 10 years ago since the last best on best tournament was played. And when you're there, you're thinking it's be Olympic in 2 years and Olympic 4 years after that. But it's really a privilege, and now we got Olympics in Italy coming up in a few years. But it's these tournaments, you never know how many, or if you're going to be able to play one even. So it's looking back on that tournament in Toronto was huge privilege to wear the yellow and blue. And I'm just happy that everybody can get on the same page, and we can have these tournaments that every player wants to represent their country and play against and measure against all the other countries. So it's a privilege, and it's not many people that get to play these tournaments. So I'm going to enjoy every second of it.
Next question, Adam Kimmelman.
Hey, this is for Sam and for Joseph. Kind of something Joseph said before about picking an established team. There's 8 guys from last year's World Championship that are going to be on the squad. How important was it to have that familiarity, especially for Sam, because you don't see these guys on a daily basis, to kind of know who fits what roles in a short tournament? There isn't a lot of time to kind of play with things. You sort of have a little bit of an idea where the puzzle pieces kind of fit together.
Yeah, okay. I think, the World Champs was a good way for us to get to know some of the players personally a bit more over a 3-week stretch. You could say there's kind of a loyalty bonus to it, but we also said that we're going to pick the team we think give us the best chance of being successful here in the 4 Nations. So I think we grow from it. as a group. I think the players that played together in May got to know each other a bit better. But it's going to be what we bring in mid-February in just a couple of few days to get together as a new group.
Yeah, I got nothing to add to that.
Okay, we're going to go back to the players now in English. If you have a question for the players in English, please keep your hands up. I think we've got a couple more. We'll go to Jim Behringer.
Yeah, this is for both Jacob and Philip. You guys, between the pipes, you look down the roster. What is it like going to be like playing behind that defensive core and those forwards in front of you?
Well, me, I still feel like I'm one of the younger guys, and I've been looking up to Hedman, Carlson, and all that D core, and finally starting to play a little bit with them, and it's gonna be a lot of fun playing with the best. You always go and play teams, and you have those two top lines. It's always very good, but now all four lines for every team is gonna be like a first line, and it's gonna be a big challenge for us.
Yeah, no, I agree. And, for myself, I think it was 2009 last time I played with Hedman and Eric Carlson together. So it's, going to be fun to play together again and not, play against them and getting scored on by them, and that they're going to be on your side. So that's going to be a good treat for sure.
We'll take two more questions in English. Tom Galiti, go ahead.
Hi, Philip. You're going to have two of your Wild teammates on the team with you there with Eriksson Ek and Brodin. And are you looking forward to sharing this experience with them? And I guess similar for Jacob with Jesper Bratt.
Yeah. Well, of course, Jonas and Joel are unbelievable players. Brods is probably very, very underrated and underrated defenseman that's helping us win to a daily basis here in Minnesota. And then you have Eke he's just battles every day and just like a machine there in the front and frustrates the other guys and scores some goals. So bringing them, play with them even more. We already have fun day to day here in Minnesota, and it's gonna be fun to go and play with them for the national team too.
Yeah, I think with Bratter too, it's you get a different view of him as a player. You played against him and you see the skill and whatever he does on the ice, and when you become teammates with the guy and see what he does and the work he puts in every day and what kind of human being he is off the ice too. I think it's he's a perfect player for this kind of tournament. He's coming to work. He's not leaving anything to chance. He's going to make sure that he's going to do everything he can to be ready and to help Team Sweden to be as successful as possible. So I'm excited to do this journey from short flight from Jersey to Montreal together.
One more question in English for the guys. Trey Matthews, go ahead.
Hi. One question for you, Jacob. First and foremost, congratulations. But collectively, how would you assess your first season with New Jersey so far from a personal standpoint and also a team standpoint? What's been working?
I mean, I think obviously on the team standpoint, I think we're really, we got something good, and I think we have a lot of new players and a lot of new, older players too as well, and having players like Jack Hughes and Nico Hischier and Jesper Bratt, and you have Luke Hughes coming up here as an unbelievable team, and I think us as a team and with the new coach Keith too, it's a lot of new aspects on the group, but I feel like we're starting to get to know each other and kind of figuring out how Coach Keith wants to play, and I think that's the reason we've been successful so far. But I think we still got a little bit to go to play 60-minute games every time we go on the ice, and I feel like we're still growing, and the team and the guys are great, and I feel like it's whatever we're doing is working. We just got to do it, more consistently. So it's for sure has been a change from, coming to Calgary to coming to here. Just, it's different when you're by yourself and packing a bag when you get traded and when you have kids and wife and daycare and all that stuff. But it's, the organization has been good.
We'll now take questions in Swedish for the players. I'm going to turn it over to Linus from the Swedish Ice Hockey Federation. If you have a question in Swedish, please raise your hand and Linus will call on you.
Thanks, Jeff. Frågor på svenska. Upp med handen om ni vill ställa något, och vi påminner om vi börjar med spelarna då. Har vi några frågor till Jakob eller Filip? Vi börjar med Anton Johansson. Aftonbladet, varsågod.
Tjena, grattis till uttagningen. Det är väl svårt att svara på när Sam sitter här och lyssnar, men har ni fått höra något om vem som är första målvakt, eller är allt up for grabs? Hur ser ni liksom på konkurrenssituationen överlag där, målvaktssidan?
Du kan vänta någon minut när vi har lämnat chatten och fråga Sam den frågan. Nej, men det är både Filip och Linus, fantastiska målvakter, så det är, jag tror det är upp till coachen. Alla tre vill spela, men vi är där för att vinna som lag och vinna som Tre Kronor och inget annat.
Vill du lägga till något, Filip?
Nej, alltså det är väl det som man säger, alltså det är en sjukt kort turnering och det är ju 2 månader tills turneringen är, och vi är där för att vinna för Sverige, och Sam kommer plocka ut den som är bäst för tillfället för att få oss att vinna matcherna, så det är bara att köra på och vara redo när det händer.
Tack så mycket.
Tack Anton. Vi går vidare till Viktor Runsten på Radiosporten. Varsågod. Vi ska se här. Där har vi det.
Ja, hallå. Fråga till Filip. Inför säsongen, såg du dig själv vara med i truppen, och inte bara vara med, men så som du har spelat, vara stark kandidat till att även få spela?
Jag hade väl lite som mål inför säsongen att försöka ta en plats bland 3 där inför 4 nationer, så sen var det bara att spela på och försöka visa det och göra mitt bästa och visa Sam att jag skulle ta en plats där, och nu fick jag samtalet och jag är väldigt tacksam för det, så det ska bli sjukt kul att få åka och spela.
Tackar. Flikar in med en fråga till Jakob också. Vad ser du som styrkan i det här Tre Kronor-laget?
Men jag tror alltså bredden på truppen, både framåt och bakåt, och även alltså målvakterna jag tycker inte riktigt det finns någon svaghet. Jag tycker Josef och Sam har gjort ett fantastiskt jobb nu när man fick se truppen tidigare idag, så jag tror liksom styrkan är att vi inte riktigt har någon svaghet och sån här koordinering, och samtidigt så liksom personerna som är med också, känner jag har spelat med många och mot alla, men med ganska många, och det är fantastiska människor och väldigt drivna och vinnarskallar, och riktigt kan vara riktigt griniga också, dåliga förlorare, och när det är så pass kort turnering så behövs det.
All right, tack för mig.
Tack Viktor. Vi går vidare till Måns Karlsson, Hockey Sverige. Varsågod.
Tack Linus. En fråga till Filip. Tror du att du har någon fördel, eller känner du av att du har en fördel av att du faktiskt var med och spelade VM redan i år och visade Sam att du är att lita på när det bränner till, liksom att du kan stå viktiga matcher?
Ja, men lite kanske. Det är alltid bra att få visa upp sig inför coachen och spela meningsfulla matcher där. Sen hade väl Ullmark var väl i slutspel, tror jag, om jag inte missminner, och inte kunde vara där, nej, men det är alltså det är väl klart det finns fördelar. Sen är det ju, spelar väl ingen roll vad man gjorde i fjol om man inte levererar nu eller när turneringen ska börja, så man måste vara bäst då helt enkelt.
Tackar.
Tack Måns, vi tar Peter Ekholm, varsågod.
Ja, det är jag nu Linus. Det kom upp något felmeddelande här.
Vi hör dig Peter.
Ja, bra, kul. Ja, men härligt. Lite problem med ljudet. Men Filip, du sa det själv, du är den yngre av de tre målvakterna. Vad har Markström och Ullmark betytt för dig på din resa framåt?
Nej men alltså ganska mycket. Det var som första NHL-matchen jag spelade så spelade vi mot Calgary och Jakob där, och du vet efter matchen fick en signerad klubba där av Jakob utan bett om det eller någonting. Han skrev kör hårt och lycka till i framtida NHL-karriären, och bara en sån sak som ny in i ligan där betyder väldigt mycket för mig, och sätta upp mycket till dem, sett mycket highlights, och som svensk så vill man alltid att alla andra svenskar också ska göra väldigt bra, så ska bli skitkul att få spela med dem.
Bra, tack. Då går vi till Henrik Sjöberg, varsågod.
Tjena. Jag har en fråga till Markström här om först och främst, jag ställer gärna två frågor, men hur ser du på att Leo Carlsson kommer med i laget och lite grann vad han uträttade borta under sin första tid i NHL?
Jo, men jag tycker vi har inte mött dem i år, men redan förra året och den hypen han hade kom från Sverige, så förra året så var han ju fantastiskt duktig när varje gång vi i Calgary mötte Anaheim. Så stor, stark, och det känns som man har vuxit in i kroppen väldigt tidigt, och jag tror det bara kommer utvecklas till det bättre. Så jag tycker det är jättekul att en sån ung och talangfull spelare får chansen att vara med i stora turneringar. Jag tror en sån kille kan växa oerhört mycket av det också.
Tackar. Och sen Filip, har du kvar klubban och vart har du den?
Hemma i Skellefteå i huset där har en bland en liten samling av målvaktsklubbor. Jag har försökt samla på mig lite av Fleury och Craig Anderson som jag spelar med, och lite sådana där saker.
Snyggt, tack.
Tack så mycket Henrik, och tack alla svenskar. That's all in Swedish for the players, I think. Turning back to you, Jeff.
Thank you very much, Linus and Jacob and Philip. Congratulations. You are free to exit the webinar. We really appreciate your time and look forward to seeing you playing for Team Sweden in a couple months here.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Ha det gott boys. Hej.
Ha det.
Hej. Ha det. Hej.
Hej.
We will now take questions in English for Joseph and Sam, and then we'll wrap with questions in Swedish. So English questions for Joseph and Sam. We'll start with Chris Johnson. Go ahead.
Hi there. Question for either of you. I'm just wondering, did you, as part of this process, designate any players that'll be called upon in case of injuries, and sort of how did you navigate that possibility in your decision making?
I could take that. Yeah, we let some of the players know that they're high on the list, pending injuries, and then to plan to be available. But obviously, it's 2 months to go till we're at that point, so a lot can happen. But yes, we did tell a few guys that they're high up on the list. Yes.
Next question, Michael Russo.
Hey guys, just wanted to ask you about Brodin and Eric's next status. What are you hearing on them in terms of their injuries? And do you suspect they'll both be available to you, or is that something you're really monitoring right now?
We let those the NHL teams comment on the players, but we hope and expect that they're going to be available. I think I saw a tweet half an hour ago. So yeah, we hope they're all going to be available, but We communicate with the NHL teams, with the players and their agents, so we're well aware of where they're at in their process.
Next question, Tom Galiti.
Hi, Joseph and Sam. I was wondering, you look at your goaltending, and there's a lot of talk about U.S. goaltending, but it seemed like you had some pretty good depth too. How difficult were those decisions, and how difficult will it be to figure out who plays when you get to the tournament 2 months from now?
Well, I know we like our depth there, of course, and not just that. We really like the top end of it, and we're fortunate. We have 3 goals coming in, and we haven't decided about 1, 2, 3. It's up for grabs for the boys just to play their game, compete, and then which would be the start in the first game it's sort of decided how it looks through, mid-January up to the tournament starts.
Next up, Jim Matheson.
This is for either player. What do you see, if perhaps Sam, you're the coach, what do you see Matthias Ekholm's role on your team being?
I think both the experience that he's built through a long career playing against top players, and in a tournament like this, pretty much you play top players, which line you're playing. So, but as a guy that a bit more stay at home than a couple of the other ones, but at the same time you give him the puck on the offensive blue line, and he can create offense from that. So just a overall really solid two-way defenseman that with a good experience that we can pair up pretty much from first to third pair.
We'll go to Stephen Wino now.
Joseph, just big picture, when you're building this roster and looking at this tournament, how much of it is, obviously you want to win the tournament, but how much of this is winning this versus also trying to kind of know what your roster might look like for Milan and using it as sort of an evaluation tool?
Well, obviously we touch on those things as well, but for us, it's win now, it's win this tournament, and that's what we focused on. But we take that into consideration as well. But that might be more for the World Championships where we can evaluate player. And we had 4 of our 7 defensemen on the World Championship team last spring, and we'll have the World Championships at home soil this spring in Stockholm. So this tournament and win now, but we obviously have those conversations along the way.
Next up, Bruce Garriott.
Hey guys, Bruce Garriott from Post Media in Ottawa. Not sure this question is for. Have you used Daniel Alfredsson as a resource throughout trying to select this team? And secondly, will he be on your coaching staff at the tournament?
I could take that one. I visited Ottawa in October and I could sit down with Daniel. We talked through summer and early autumn here on the phone a lot, and just talked the other week, not so much about maybe picking the team player by player, but more system-wise, how I want to play, picking his brain on that and his experience. And yes, Daniel Alfredsson is going to be on our coaching staff for the Four Nations.
And we'll take a few more here. Andrew Knoll.
Yeah, hi, gentlemen. Thanks for joining us. This is for Joseph. I wanted to ask you about a couple of your selections. First, Adrian Kempe, obviously was with you guys in the Worlds this past spring and other occasions as well. Just his value, especially given that he's played pretty much all 5 positions in the NHL, obviously sparingly on defense, but and then also Leo Carlsson. I know you mentioned, going with an experienced group and familiarity, but obviously 19 years old, him making the team, what influenced that decision as well? Thank you.
Yeah, and Adrian, he's really a utility guy. You can plug him in, like you said, in each and every role. Played alongside Anze Kopitar for years in LA and excels on at both ends of the ice. And obviously his skating is a weapon. And we see him as a guy we can plug in each and every role, and a guy we know can kill penalties, can be on the power play, and is heavy down low in the offensive zone. So he's really a utility guy for us. As far as Leo, I think he's been out here for a couple of weeks, but I think he deserves to make the team, not because he's young, because he's a heck of a player. He's one of the best play drivers in the NHL throughout the neutral zone. The way he carries the puck, the way he distributes the puck. He had a huge summer where, as far as developing strength and power. And I think Anaheim did a really good job with him last year, sitting him out some games to work on the physical aspect. And I think he's not on the team because he's young. He's on the team because he deserves to be on the team.
Take two more in English. Andrew Fanticcio.
Hi, gentlemen. Just curious, why wasn't Hampus Lindholm selected to the team? I understand, obviously, his status with being on IR was probably a factor, but with Jonas Brodin also making the team, who was also on IR in Minnesota, I was just wondering why Hampus was left off.
I mean, we can't go through details here, but we had a timeline and things happen fast. But I mean, it's a decision we had to make at the moment. I wish that both players will be healthy soon, but we have some more information in one case. And we're really confident in Jonas Brodin. If he's healthy, he's a very strong D and a very important piece for us.
And last one in English, follow-up from Jim Matheson.
This is from Joseph. Victor Arvidsson, you mentioned injured players. He's been injured for a while and didn't start the season as well as he could offensively. But how do you see him fitting into this team? And obviously he can play different positions, penalty kill and power play and such.
Yeah, we're confident he'll be back in time to be fit to play the Four Nations. And Victor's played. We know him well from his career in Sweden and throughout his NHL career. He's played. He can play in multiple different ways. For us, it's probably more of a energy player, maybe a little lower in the lineup. He's played a lot with Draisaitl on the second line in Edmonton this year. But I think what we're looking for from Victor is playing that tenacious game, hard on the forecheck, and be a tough player to play against, which he's shown throughout his career that he's capable of. And we've had multiple conversations with Victor and people around the Oilers as well. So we're really happy to have him on the roster.
I will now throw it back to Linus to take questions in Swedish for Joseph and Sam.
Thanks, Jeff. Vi börjar med Viktor från Radiosporten. Jag kan dra igång din mick. Varsågod.
Ja, en fråga till Sam. Leo Karlsson är med i truppen. Kan du berätta varför du vill ha med honom och berätta ifall du har en specifik roll eller så i åtanke?
Leo Karlsson är med för att han är en fantastiskt bra hockeyspelare. Det uppenbarar ju såklart hans spel med puck och den farten han kommer med. När man lyckas ge honom pucken tidigt och hur han bär den genom mittzon och in i anfallszon. Sen är det också väldigt imponerande att se hans spel utan puck också, där han ligger väldigt mycket rätt i banan. Han har någonting som lite bryter av på våran centersida. Han är också möjlig att spela som vinge. Så sen vill jag inte gå in på några specifika roller här och nu med 2 månader kvar till turneringen. Vi har en laguppställning på papper nu och den ändras lite titt som tätt. Så, men vi har 13 forwards, det betyder att det finns inga se- och lära-platser. Alla måste vara beredda och vi är liksom bekväma med att alla kan komma in och bidra direkt.
Tack för det. Slänger in en till fråga om det är okej. Det är en del spelare som kanske inte har levererat på den nivån som de brukar göra så här långt i säsongen. Hur hanterar du det som tränare?
Jag är inte deras tränare nu. De har ju, först och främst spelar på den här nivån, vet mycket väl vad som förväntas av dem och är duktiga på att leda sig själva till att spela bättre. Sen vet vi att alla har de här datumen i sin kalender och vet vad som gäller, och jag tror att spelare som har en tuff start nu, det är inte ovanligt man ser att de växer under säsongen och kommer igång. Men vi kan inte gå på en ren formbarometer här i eller slutet på november, början på på december när turneringen är i mitten på februari. Så jag är inte det minsta orolig för spelarnas form just nu. Och jag vet att alla kommer komma in och verkligen, alltså det finns kanske inte en knapp att trycka på när det kommer till slutspel, men någon form av mental knäpp får man ju när det gäller lite mer, och det tror jag att alla spelare kommer känna när de kommer in till den här turneringen.
Tack för det.
Tack så mycket Viktor. Vi går vidare till Tim på Expressen. Varsågod Tim.
Tack. Sam, din företrädare här, Johan Garpenlöv, var ganska kritisk mot uttagningen av Erik Karlsson. Vad tycker du om kritiken?
Att kritik och åsikter får alla ha. Det är en del av att vara i ett öppet samhälle, så var och en får vrida och vända. Men nu är det mitt jobb, och tillsammans med Josef Boumedienne och Bengan Hörnqvist har vi lagt mycket tid och kraft på att sätta ihop ett så starkt lag som möjligt med så bra spelare som möjligt. Så vi är väldigt trygga i våra beslut.
Men hur ser du på att han går ut och uttalar sig så här?
Nej, men jag kan ju inte stoppa någon från att ha en åsikt, och alla är fria, och sen får de stå för sina uttalanden. De kan inte jag stå för.
Men jag tolkar det som att du inte håller med.
Ja, men det är ju en icke-fråga, men han var nominerad bland de 6 av en anledning. Vi såg under VM vilket spel han bidrog med. Det han bidrog med både i omklädningsrummet vid sidan av isen. Han var ofta ett bra exempel när vi visade försvarsklipp i egen zon, och han kliver också dit och bankar dit en puck som hjälper oss ta en medalj för första gången på ganska länge i VM.
Tacksam.
Tack Tim. Vi går vidare till Anton på Aftonbladet. Varsågod Anton.
Yes, 2 frågor till Sam. Tänkte börja med lagkapten. Och assisterande lagkapten. Har ni bestämt det redan, och vem är det som?
Det är en framtida presentation av det. Så det är klart att vi har en bild av hur vi vill ha det, men det kommer vi meddela senare.
Sen tänkte jag, Foppa pratade här efter truppsläppet i Viaplay om att det är ett väldigt skickligt lag med en fantastisk backsida, men att det kanske saknas lite tuffhet på forwardsidan, och att en sån som Micke Backlund kanske kunde tagit en plats för att fylla ett sånt tomrum då. Hur ser du på det?
Ja, återigen, jag vet inte. Alla är fria och tycka och tänka det de vill, och vi har en bild av hur det här laget behöver spela i den här konkurrensen som vi kommer vara i, och ta ett lag efter det. Jag känner mig väldigt bekväm med allt från våra 3 målvakter till våra 7 backar till våra 13 forwards. Jag hoppas att alla är friska. Sen är jag också väldigt bekväm med att vi har en bra bredd, att det finns fler spelare att tillgå ifall det skulle vara några skador.
Har ni just någon spelare som ni kanske tänker ut på den här tuffhetsaspekten som ni har tagit ut, som kanske ska fylla den rollen?
Men det beror på hur man menar. Men vad är att vara tuff? Tycker man att Mattias Ekholm är tuff? Tycker man Rasmus Andersson är tuff? Jag tycker det. Tycker man killar som har spelat över 10 år där borta och varit med djupt ner in i slutspelen, som Gustav Nyqvist, som Joel Eriksson Ek, you name it, kan gå uppifrån och ner. Så sen är det, hockeyn förändras lite. Det här är första gången som vi spelar den här typen av turnering på liten rink med de bästa spelarna tillgängliga. Så vi går in lite i blindo vilken typ av hockey som kommer spelas. Så det kommer ju vara någonting vi får analysera efter.
Tack.
Tack Anton. Då går vi vidare till Peter Ekholm. Varsågod Peter. Nu ska vi se.
Då testar vi igen då.
Ja,
Sam, jag tänkte på dig. Du vet inte riktigt vilken hockey som kommer att spelas, men vilken typ av hockey vill du spela med det här laget?
Först och främst så traditionellt så har svenska landslag och Tre Kronor varit framgångsrika genom en otrolig lagmoral och ett strikt defensivt spel. Och jag ser inte att där är det någon skillnad nu. Sen finns det olika vägar att spela ett bra defensivt spel, men att bilden jag har fått och vad vi försöker ge till alla spelarna är ju att, och det vi hörde även från de spelare som var med i sändningen här innan, att alla köper in på sin roll och alla köper in på att vi behöver vara ett väldigt bra kollektiv. Så ett strukturerat och laglojalt försvarsspel kommer vara en nyckel för oss.
Mycket bra.
Bra. Tack så mycket. Hade du något mer, Peter? Nej, det hade du inte. Nej. Bra. I think we're done there, Jeff. Tack så mycket för alla som har ställt frågor. I'll leave it back to you now, Jeff.
Thank you very much, Linus, Joseph, and Sam. Thank you for your time today. That concludes today's media availability. Canada and United States rosters will be announced tonight on TNT, Sportsnet, and TV Sports. They will hold their media availabilities tomorrow, so we hope everybody can join. So thank you for your time, Team Sweden. Thank you for your time, media, and take care.
Thank you.
Thanks.